Customer wants to buy my 2023 Honda Civic with 50,000 miles on it and $24,000 sticker price. He has bad credit, a repo, and no down payment.
Oh my god. I really just got fired because of my TikToks.
I never would have thought that I would be getting fired from my job for my social media account.
When I got laid off, I stopped paying my credit card debt. I said, if you want to get your money, fucking sue me. Well, there's a company suing me right now.
When you've been around long enough, you start to notice patterns. There can be different people, different situations, but there's always the same ending. And that's what I'm going to show you today. These stories, they may look different, but when you go underneath, they all follow the same logic.
Customer wants to buy my 2023 Honda Civic with 50,000 miles on it and $24,000 sticker price. He has bad credit, a repo, and no down payment. Let's go ahead and give him a call and figure out if we can make something happen or give him a reality check.
I don't know what exactly the issue is on that. I think I missed like a payment or two. That was it. But I plan on paying them off by the end of the year.
Until it's paid off, you're going to have that stain on your credit. And right now you have 608 credit score, so it's just barely over 600.
Notice how the story begins all about the situation. It doesn't even touch the numbers. This is how you can tell this person's about to make an emotional decision rather than a logical one. And I've seen this entire setup so many times before, where the emotions are so high that the car or whatever the object is doesn't really even matter anymore. And this same kind of thinking doesn't just show up with money and purchases. In fact, people make so many emotional decisions when all they want is validation and they're not even thinking about the consequences.
Oh my god. I really just got fired because of my TikToks. Guys, sorry, I'm back home now. Oh my god, I'm like literally shaking. I just lost my job that I worked at for 2 years because I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to like record at the restaurant and make TikToks, which sounds dumb. Like I understand the reason I was let go.
Probably in the handbook.
No one like told me that I couldn't do it. Like no one told me that it wasn't allowed or that I was gonna like I didn't even get in trouble for it. I didn't get a write-up for anything. I've never gotten a write-up at that place. Like I've worked there for over 2 years.
Believe it or not, what's happening right here with this woman is the same thing as what we just heard with that car deal. I get it. The online approval feels so real, but it doesn't come with protection. And people often confuse this attention and validation with immunity. Because at the end of the day, yeah, the internet, it's going to cheer you on, but it's not going to stop you from consequences, and it will not pay your bills. In both cases, emotion made the decision first, and then the consequences, unfortunately, came later. This is the part where people genuinely act surprised.
I never would have thought that I would be getting fired from my job for my social media account. Effective yesterday, I was terminated from my company, Central Transport, for my social media. About a week ago, my boss called me and said, hey, they're putting you out of service because of your TikTok account. I was like, oh, that's weird. And a week went by, I'm trying to get in contact with people. I got no contact from nobody, no higher-ups, anyone. My boss called me yesterday, said they're going through with the termination for negligence and making the company look bad. I'm like, dang, like, who would have thought?
You violated policy.
I would be getting fired from my trucking job because of my social media account. It's kind of crazy, and I'm not mad because I really didn't do nothing. I was just creating content, making day in the lives, telling my story about my trucking experience and things like that, but it is what it is.
This man's reaction is always the tell. He's acting surprised because in his mind, the intent mattered way more than any possible impact. He, like many people, believed that being heard, understood, and validated mattered way more than any particular rules or policies that the company had. And this is where the collision happens between emotional logic and institutional logic. Unfortunately, your feelings do not write the policies of where you work. And the rules, they never change. Just in this man's case, the reality finally arrived because of everything that he was doing. And this also shows up with money, just it happens a little bit more quietly.
When I got laid off, I stopped paying my credit card debt. I said, if you want to get your money, fucking sue me. Well, there's a company suing me right now. So I was looking into ways on how I could respond to the summons and ends up getting dismissed. Even better. And instead of doing it myself, I thought I would get an expert to do it for me. So this is the route I would like to take. At the end of the conversation, he was like, Jenny, I don't want you to stress this season. I will take care of this. You don't have to worry about a thing. I will make sure this is taken care of for you. That man is going to get that shit dismissed.
Or so you hope, or so you really hope, because this kind of decision making feels good in the moment. You are pushing the problem down the road. You're kicking the can down the street. But here's the thing. All that's doing with the problem is delaying when you have to deal with it and potentially allowing it to get bigger and worse. She understands this process. She's done it before, yet she is choosing to do it again. These kind of emotional decisions always come with a much larger consequence than what they originally would have had. I've seen this time and time again, and it never works out as well as the person wants it to. All these stories may look different, but they're really not. They all start with emotion, skip the trade-off, and end with consequences. And none of this is because any of these people are bad. It's simply because pressure makes these emotional, short-term decisions feel reasonable. And the reality is, life moves at a slower and more patient pace. And this is exactly why this channel exists, because I've seen all of this before, and it always plays out the same way. Thanks for watching the video. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next ones.